Hello, people. Um, I just threw this show together at the last minute because I had a little free time. I've been pretty busy during the day and just wanted to talk to you. I have no idea how many people I'm going to get in this because it's midday, but that's one of the things I wanted to talk to you about. The problem when we do these lives, uh, we become too reliant on them, and we start saying, one thing I respect about mob rats is he doesn't care. He'll just throw a live on anytime he wants. And that's what I'm doing now too, because my show is building up, and I wanted to talk to you guys about that. And first of all, I want to say thank you to everybody. I mean, the last 2 to 3 weeks, well, this month of January that just ended was my best growth ever. And there was a key to that. The reason it was the best growth ever is because I've been putting up good product. And yesterday, I did a show on Crazy Chris, and I was shocked by how many people went and watched that show. I mean, right now, it's at just about at 3,000. Now, you got to remember, this kid, he was a guy that not many people knew. And I was just reading his story and stuff and said to myself, let me do some research on him. I had a friend that knew him personally, so he helped me research it. And then I spent half the day yesterday putting that show together because it was so much work. And that is what this is all about on here. If you want to put shows together, you got to do a good job. When you just come on live for the heck of it, what are you doing? It's not even a show. It's like you're coming on live just for the heck of it. Whether it's looking to do the Tony thing, come on, look to get paid, looking for money, just for sitting there and saying silly stuff. But, are we real YouTubers? Do we really want to put up good product for you guys to watch? I know I do. Right now, I don't even care how many people show up for this live, because I know that the people that have signed up lately, there's so many of them. And I can't ask for more than what's been going on. A matter of fact, in a little bit, I'm going to drop my link. Whoever wants to jump in and talk to me, that's fine. Major, also, I know Tony is gone. Tony's gone because he's an idiot. I hate to say that, but that's what he is. Unfortunately, he'll probably be back, and he'll be doing the same as anything else. But what I wanted to talk to you about also, there's been certain people going around here, and we know who they are. I feel like the unbiased eye right now. Okay, we know who they are. But being that my channel has grown, they have started a campaign saying that I'm buying subs and I'm buying views. Instead of saying, well, you know what, the guy's doing a good job. They don't want to say that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you some evidence right now to shut these clowns up. And, I didn't come on here to be too aggressive and attacking people. I'm not going to do that. But when people accuse you of lying and cheating to build up your channel, they must know something about it. I have no reason to buy subs, and I would never do it. Why? If you buy subs, when you get to 10,000, you will not get your plaque from YouTube. And there's other people in the last couple of weeks that have grown tremendously. Only they know whether it's real. They might be cheating. They may not be cheating. I have no idea. And I don't really care. That's their business. But, there's two channels here that aren't growing. And they're blaming the channels that are growing of cheating. So why are they doing that? Because they're not putting out any product. They're not putting out anything. What they're doing is they're turning on their channels and they're attacking people right off the bat. People, anybody normal does not want to see that continuously. Hey, listen, once in a while it's good. You want to see some bashing going on. But if that's what you're on here for, to watch people bashing, then you have some mental conditions. Yeah. But I want to show you something. I'm going to show you the stats that come in, and I'm going to show you, I've been picking up, every show I've been picking up about 8 to 10 subs of new people. And I'm going to give you an example of this. This is the show that I just did, the Crazy Chris one. And this says this video is appealing to a wider audience, contributed to 13% more views than usual. So right now, I'm just about at 3,000 for this. My average watch time is 447 hours. So I'm average right there. That's tremendous watch time, by the way. And I will challenge anybody to have that watch time. But look how many subs I picked up with this show yesterday. 8. 8 new subs. You see, and that's the thing. I picked up 8 new subs because people like this. Do you know how many people that I got from the Howard Beach area that got a hold of me and said, hey, I remember Chris. I can't believe that you're talking about him. That made me feel good. Because, you know, Chris was a character. But you see that line right there? Below it is average. So I'm above average on this whole thing. Every show has been that way for the last 2 weeks. And let me take this off here. And let me tell you something. People that talk shit about Sammy Guevara, listen, I don't agree with anything Sammy Guevara's ever done in his life. I don't agree with the murder, the crime. I don't agree with nothing. But let me rephrase that. There's one thing I agree about with Sammy Guevara. He reestablished himself. And now if you put Sammy Guevara in the search bar and his videos pop up, my videos are in between his videos. Why? Because Jimmy Calandra continuously attacks me. Now, he hasn't attacked me in a long time. Jimmy used to attack me quite a bit. So that puts you in the algorithm. And then I talked about him. I put up a video a couple days ago when I talked about him having COVID. And as soon as I did that, that video is at 10,000 views right now. I put up 4 Sammy videos, and they totaled 30,000 views between the 4 of them. So what does that tell you about Sammy Guevara? Whether you like Sammy Guevara, whether you hate Sammy Guevara, people want to see Sammy Guevara. And people don't want to hear that. You know, and here's the thing, though. The people that don't want to hear it are his haters. Unfortunately, more people like him than hate him. And you can't do nothing about that. And it's like I said, I disagree with Sammy Guevara's life. I think he did a horrible thing when he ratted. I think that he did horrible things in his life by killing Alan Kaiser. But yet, you know, once I put up the Sammy videos, what's the first thing people did? They attacked me. They said, oh, he's Sammy's buddy now. How the fuck am I Sammy's buddy? Like, I give 2 shits about Sammy. Sammy doesn't give 2 shits about me. You know, and then that show was on the other day, and I came back and I talked about the ratings. Right away, people said, oh, he's working for Sammy. Really, people? Working for Sammy? I'm working for Lee. You know, so these other channels, these 2 channels in particular that want to continue their attacks on me, go ahead and do it. I will continue to grow, and I'm going to put up what I want. If a gangster's a public figure, I'm going to talk about that gangster whether you like it or not. That's it. I'm not going to curse on my show. My show is going to be professional. I'm doing an interview tonight. And the reason I'm doing the interview tonight, because the guy that's coming on, it's not going to be live, people. Just so you know, I'm going to drop the video afterwards. But just so you do know, I'm going to be doing a video tonight, interview. And then I got 4 interviews lined up in the next month, all major people that people know. And a month ago, 2 of these people would not let me interview them because they said there was too much drama going on. So that should tell you right there. People do not want to be associated with this drama. This is the main reason. When I entered the new year, I said, okay, it's 2022. I'm going to change my whole platform. I'm going to do things different. And that's exactly what I did. So instead of people bitching, moaning, and groaning that they're not growing, I got an idea. Stop coming on looking for money, get professional, and do your channel. And if people want to give you money, they'll give you money. But if you're just coming on for money, what the fuck are you doing here? There's nothing wrong with making money. There's nothing wrong with people giving you money. But then coming on here and then saying, well, I'm not getting no fucking money, I'm out of here. Really? Is that what we're here for? That ruins the whole purpose. I'm here for, I'm 60 years old. I'm having a blast. I'm here to see whether I can create something. Whether people, this is my, and same thing goes with Sammy Gavano. This is our legacy. We're at a certain point. We don't know whether we're going to be around tomorrow. So our legacy is we want to leave something. It's funny. I said to my son, if I drop dead, you want to take over my channel? And he said to me, Dad, I want fucking nothing to do with that crazy shit. I don't want that. I want my family to be proud of what I'm doing. But you have 2 channels here attacking everybody every time they say something. Even you can't even speak the truth. If you speak the truth about certain people, they attack you. It's just BS, if you ask me. I noticed that too, the truth. I noticed that too. And it's a shame because he had the talent. But, the last 2 nights, especially 2 nights ago, they were on there talking horrible shit about me. I stole my girlfriend's credit card. It's a fucking lie. It's an absolute lie. And they've been going and saying that continuously without any consideration of attacking it. What happened is a troll got on here, pretend they were somebody, and put this rumor out there. So the lowlives are following it. They're going with it. So they're saying that I stole her credit card. If I stole someone's credit card, I'd be in jail. Then the next rumor that piece of shit Tony started. Lee is wanted by the law. Lee's driving right now because he's wanted by the law. And then you had 3 chat rooms saying, is that true? Is that true? If I'm wanted by the law, I'm the dumbest criminal ever. Because right now I'm sitting in my house in Texas. But see, this is why are we listening to this shit? I can go on and on the crap that they make up. And, this is going to be the only time I get it out. This is me defending myself. Okay, here's the things. 1, no, I did not buy subs, never would do it. No, I did not buy views, never would do it. That's it. And I don't give a shit who anybody believes. It's called putting up good shows. I have a great interview tonight. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put up another. I just came on here. I'm almost at 100 already. I didn't even advertise this. I thought I would get 30 people today. I just jumped right on. And, I didn't even know what I was going to say when I came on here. But instead of these other people attacking me, what they should do is maybe listening to me. Maybe say, hey, the old man, the fat, toothless old man, that's me, people like to, I'm missing some fucking teeth in my mouth. I'm 61 years old. Yes, I got retainer. It's uncomfortable. I take it out. So what does the low life do? One night I don't have it in, he puts it up. And then one time I stood up, I got a stomach. I'm an old man. But you know what? I'm 61 years old. My health is actually pretty good for my age. You know, so they can say what the fuck they want. And just because you have a certain last name does not give you the right to tell other channels what they can say. Because if that bothers you that much, you're in the wrong genre. And those people have nothing to do. They can't affect my channel from growing. And my channel is going to start, it's going to continue to grow. And except maybe for Jeff Nadeau, I'll beat those guys at 10,000. You remember I said that. Because I'm going to put up good shows. I got 4 interviews coming up. Tonight's interview. And just so you know, on February 25th, I'm going to be doing a debate with somebody. I can't tell you who it is because I'm obligated where I can't. But I'm going to be also be doing it from a different studio than mine. So I'm looking forward to that. I think you guys are going to be very surprised who it is. And that's already set. And a matter of fact, I wish I could talk more about it, but I'm not allowed to. But you're going to see some advertising coming up pretty soon on it. And I'm really looking forward to that. And they came to me. I didn't come to them. They came and asked me to do it. So I'll do it. Also, I have a website up, mobtubers.com. And I got mobtubers.com blog. You know, every night on a certain show, they laugh about my website. But I'm getting 1,000 views a day. 1,000 views on my website a day. That's my blog. I have a great guy writing the blogs for me. He's the best. You know, and, you know, what I'm doing is I read his blogs before I put them up. And I learn through his blogs. And this is a guy that's been around the life. He knows the life. And he puts up really good stuff. So if you guys want to go over to the MobTubers, not now, when I'm done, if you guys want to go over to the mobtubers.com, go ahead and do it. You know, go over there and, you know, read the blogs. Right now I got there's about 12 stories up and they're all well written. That's why I didn't write them. We wanted them to be well written. Lee, Tigers or Rams? I'm going for the Bengals. You know, I kind of like the Rams because Matt Stafford's been around forever. And you kind of like to see him. But the Bengals, I mean, they're a pretty incredible story. No one, if anybody went to Vegas at the beginning of the year and picked the Rams to be playing in the Super Bowl along with the Bengals, they'd be a very rich person right now. Sean, yes, very shortly. I'll drop the link for whoever wants to come on and talk. If they're making fun of you, but you're leaving them in the dust, they can't even see it happening. Yeah, exactly. That's what's happening. They make cracks. You got this clown, Common Sense. Yeah, Common Sense. I like to talk about him. He writes in caps. He's a clown. And people think he's smart. And he's not smart. He's kind of dumb, actually. And so he comes on and he'll make about 20 cracks about me during his show. But one time his camera came on and I seen him. And he looked like a little crackhead from the ghetto. That's what he looked like. I'm talking about the white trash ghetto. So this is the guy that they call Common Sense that they think is some kind of genius. That's like their leader. That's like their lawyer. He is about as much, he knows more about, let me rephrase that. He knows as much about the law as a criminal that gets busted all the time. That's how much he knows about the law. But sometimes people can come on here and pretend they're something they're not in life. They pretend that they're smart, college educated. They live in a whole fantasy world. That's common sense. And you guys know who I'm talking about. So whenever you think he's intelligent and he's talking, remember that face. Okay. And common sense, if you fuck around with me and make cracks, I'm going to come right back at you. I hope you enjoyed that one. Let me read some more of these. Oh, just so you know, I'm not going to be doing any more bashing videos. I mean, today I might do a little bit of bashing, but it's only replying to these clowns from the last couple of days because they've been pretty brutal. Especially some of the remarks they make toward me are like, when you lie and say that someone stole from a dying woman in a hospital, that's as low as you can get when you attack somebody. Or this clown with the show that said he made statements that Lee's whole family hates him. His kids hate him. And this is a guy that knows nothing about parenthood. I have 3 kids, never done drugs. They drink occasionally. I've never seen them drunk. They're all educated. And I spent 10 years in their life and got them all through school. I fucked up before that 10 years and I fucked up after that 10 years. But I gave them 10 good years of my life. And they're good kids. And people say, oh, your son came on here bashing you. Yeah, he did. But me and him had a fight that day. And he was pissed at me. He didn't really bash me. If you watch that show, it never really bothered me. But this is what when you're going to go after somebody, if you want to call me a fat fuck, a piece of shit, go ahead and call me it. But why are you going to bring up my family? I don't bring up your family. I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. Unless they're public figures. Got to rephrase that for somebody. So, why do they make the remarks they make? Do they think it's normal to say the horrible things they say? Look at Tony. Tony said that my brother's been dead 1 year on February 15th, and people know how he died. And he's saying that my brother was raped and horrible things about my brother, who was a good man, raised 3 daughters, and his family loved him. He had a brain tumor. It controlled his life, and he hung himself. And then you're going to have that dirtbag Tony continuously talk about it, and you got people in this chat room cheering him on. Can you get more evil than that? And this is just stuff I want to get off my chest right now. And I don't care what they say about it tonight. You know why? Because I'm going to pass them. They can all say whatever they want. But, I know that after I do what's planned, I'll be on a whole different level than they will be. And you're going to see, right now you see me from my, I live in a 2-bedroom. Oh, that's another thing. I live in a welfare house, according to them. I live on HUD, which is a lie. I live in senior citizen housing, disability senior citizen housing. I worked hard my whole life. And I have people that dealt drugs their whole life standing on a fucking street corner judging my life. Can you imagine that? That's where we're at. Or a guy driving around in the car that will not work, who is the lowest form of garbage on the face of the earth, insulting people, going after good people like Tom LaVecchia. Whether you like him or not, Tom has a great life, put together a good life and he gets attacked by this garbage, this filth, because that's what they are, garbage and filth. I come home every day. I have my two dogs. I got my own furniture. I pay my bills. I got a roof over my head, and I got a little bit of money. But yet, according to this clown on the other channel, I have no money. I'm broke. People, do you ever hear me asking you for money? I have an app. I have a cash app. Every once in a while, I'll put it up. Every once in a while, I'll get something. But that's it. You know, can you imagine people like this judging me? Where their money, their life is based on how much money they make on uh, on this channel. I mean, on these channels. I mean, that's what their whole show's about: making money, nothing else. Not being good to you people, not giving you good entertainment. I mean, I know I'm bitching a lot, but this is my opportunity. I've been on for 2 weeks, so I'm going to use this opportunity. They could say what they want. My commitment is to never turn on any of those channels again. I'm going to totally concentrate on my show and the people that I'm bringing on. You don't see channels like, there's a lot of channels that don't get involved in this crap at all. But, but some of the things that are said. Now, Mob Rats is being attacked all the time now. I mean, that's the new thing. Okay, listen, I'm going to drop my link. Whoever wants to jump in is more than welcome to. And it's down there, people. Just help yourself if you want to come in. Oh, without a doubt. Without a doubt. Exactly. Exactly. And you know what? If you don't have proof, shut the fuck up. Because you ain't going to find proof on me. I'm too cheap to buy subs. I have a hard time buying my dog's dog food. But then they look at me with their little long eyes and I go out and buy them everything. But I have trouble for that. I'm a cheap man. I like money in my wallet and I'll spend my money on certain things. And I can guarantee you subs ain't one of them. And anybody that gives their money to those companies with the subs really have to have their head checked. Because you don't even know what company's giving you the subs. You can have like a Russian company, and then you're letting them inside you're giving them all your information and everything. And the next thing you know, they're all over the place. I'm going to leave my link there. So if you want to jump in, jump in. Come on, come join me. I think Sean, you asked me about coming on. So if you want to come on, I'm not sure if you're working. You're more than welcome. Hey, New Beginnings, why don't you jump on? That's a joke, New Beginnings. Okay, let me read some of these. Oh, wow, I'm that far behind. I think Matthew Stafford deserves a ring for all those years being with the Lions. I think anybody that spends 10 years with the Lions deserves a ring, even if they don't get to the Super Bowl. Silvio Durante. Lee Cole, respectfully, I think Angel so far is the best. Angel's a very good channel, unless she's talking, it's about attacking everybody. Hey, listen, when her channel came out, I came on and I reviewed her channel and gave it a good review. But if you're going to be saying stuff, come on. If that's what you like, Silvio Dante, enjoy it. God bless her. I hope that she gets 10,000 views a video. I don't wish anybody bad luck when it comes to being on YouTube. I don't ever tell people not to. They'll do this to me. They'll say, a matter of fact, there's people that will say, "Oh, you're in Lee's chat room," or "I seen you in Lee's chat room. Get out of here." They literally do that. You don't hear me saying, the only time I block somebody is if they're a simp from a certain channel and they come in here looking to argue and to fight, then I'll block them. But I won't. In general, I don't block people. It's a shame. I agree with you, but leave the gun and take the cannoli. Oh my God, man! You know what? I can go for a good cannoli. I can't even remember. In Texas, cannolis are like this thing that don't exist. In Texas, they have a lot of prime rib and a lot of ribeye, but very few cannolis. Don't say that. Common sense is like a hero amongst them people. He's their he's how would you say he's their concierge? Whatever the fuck. Concierge. Okay. Uh make this the last time. I'm telling you, Lee, if you stop talking about them, they will go away. No, yes, Major League, you're right, they will go away. But when they see your numbers go up, it really bothers them. They, and when they see your numbers go up, they got to say you're cheating because their numbers aren't going up. Gazzo, to each their own. If someone said Gotti Sr. invented a light bulb, they would, yes, without a doubt. You know, you're not allowed to speak the truth because then you'll be attacked. You know, but these guys were gangsters. They were killers. They were drug dealers. That's what these guys were. They're gangsters. People rather know the truth about gangsters than sugarcoat it. You know, heaven and gangsters do not go along. Sylvia Angel doesn't have a lot of. Bill Jordan, how much did you give Sean McCartney? Yeah, Bill Jordan, how much did you give Sean McCartney? You're always over here bitching. How much did you give Sean McCartney? That's a great question. I can't understand anybody who ever gave a lot of money to Sean McCartney. For what? Was he giving you? What was he giving you? Cromell, if that's the real Cromell, welcome. Cromell used to be on this show when I first started off, and he was very good at what he did. No hard feelings whatsoever, Cromell, even though I see you talk some negative stuff about me lately. Okay. Janani Russo, Lee, salute. Thank you. Would you think that, well, in the beginning, she did. I agree with you, Silvio. She has the right to defend her family, but she has to understand that these are public figures. Just like Sammy Gravano is a public figure. I mean, do you, if someone, how much bad stuff said about Sammy Gravano? Do you see Karen attacking people on here? Nope. A matter of fact, Karen in that special said that her father was a psychopath. And it's still a psychopath. See, at least the Gravano kids, They legitimately know what their father does, and they have resentment and some anger toward him. And you've seen that in that special. I mean, you can't say that you didn't see that in that special. That's real. I mean, if you listen to Karen Gravano, she was very real about what she said. I was very surprised. I used to not like Karen Gravano at all because on Mob Wives, that stupid things with the fighting on the ground and the boobs flying out of the dress and everything, it just didn't look too classy. But you know, the more you listen to her, she's a pretty intelligent woman. And you got to remember, the son and the daughter took this image of this man that was a rat, well, is a rat, and a murderer. And look what they've done with that image. It's if you're talking about comebacks, Sammy Gavano is probably the biggest comeback that you could ever compare any comeback that you could think of to Sammy Gavano's comeback. I mean, Lee, you're doing better. Just stop kissing up to Sammy. No, it's called speaking the truth, Bill. It's called speaking the truth. I came on here. Okay, look, Bill, I said that he killed Alan Kaiser. I said that he's no friend of mine. I said that he had an evil life. So how am I kissing up to Sammy? Can you please let me know? See, Bill, you got to check yourself, Bill, because here's the problem. If somebody says anything positive about, you know, you got two camps. You got the Gotti camp and you got the Gravano camp. If anybody says anything positive about Sammy Gravano, the Gotti people's like, fuck you. If anybody says anything about Gotti, then it's the other way around too. The Gravano camp does the same thing. How about if we just say the truth about both of them? Sammy was a bad man. John Gotti was a bad man. That's the truth. How about if we do that, Bill? Bill, Lee challenged FBS twice to a debate, all talk, no balls. Steve, when I challenged him at a certain time, and I told him that's when I will do it. I didn't want to come on his show in prime time because I did not want to have anything to do with him making money off of me. I told him 3:00 on a Sunday. I came on. I waited a half hour. He never showed up, Steve. But then he came the day before he did it, the night before he did, and the following night he did the same thing. Started throwing the link up there. All he had to do was show up at that time. So, you know, Steve, you're seeing it from his side. You've seen the email I sent him. He put it up. So what's your excuse for that? And now he's not even worth me. He's not even worth my time to debate anymore because all it do is hurt my channel now. He's going downwards. I'm going upwards. So why would I want to even get involved with him anymore? Sean, how you doing?
How you doing, Lee?
Long time no see.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't been on for like 2 weeks.
Good for you. It's good to take some time and to not get in the drama and all the bull crap.
Yeah. Are you drinking coffee too, my man?
Oh yeah, it's my day off. Hardworking man. I earned the right to have a day off. I earned the right to have coffee. You know, it's so much better when you have a job, you know?
Yeah. Hey, are you do you live near your job? I mean, do you live?
Yeah, 10 minutes away. I just wake up, get dressed, I'll take a shower, get dressed, and just go to work. About 10 minutes away on the mountain.
And you drive right on that beautiful mountain every day?
Yeah.
Damn, man, you're one lucky bastard.
I know, I am. I really am.
And I remember when I lived in Colorado Springs, I used to get up every day and see those mountains. And there was nothing like it. I'll take mountains over oceans anytime. And what I remember, though, see, Colorado Springs was a beautiful city. Then it doubled in size in a 10-year period. Crime went up. The city just went to hell.
Yeah.
Colorado Springs is nothing like it used to be.
Yeah,
You
I'm
know,
really blessed. I'm a lucky man.
yeah, you're in the good part of California.
Yeah.
You know, you're not near no cities.
No.
So explain to people what mountain you're in.
So I'm in Idlewild, California. That's basically that's kind of like a suburb of like it's outside of like Palm Springs, um Hemet, California, and then Anza, California. So this mountain overlooks, you could go to like Palm Springs, Hemet, you could go to Riverside, you could go to San Bernardino. I mean, you could drop down right on the 10 freeway and you're in Banning and you're on the 10. So you could either go north or you could go south towards Arizona.
Are you? Is there ever snow in that mountain?
Oh yeah.
You got a lot up there, don't you?
Oh yeah.
How about right now? How about today?
No snow, but it snowed like around Christmas time and then January, the beginning of January.
They do any skiing up there?
No skiing. So this town is smaller size than Big Bear. It's way smaller than Big Bear. It's a cute little town. It almost looks like a little Danish town, or like it's a little town, you know. Not nothing like Big Bear. Not, it don't have a ski resort.
Yeah. You know, I want to just take this. I'll tell you one thing, people. One thing I really like about doing my show is not being associated where I'm in. This is the mistake I made when I first started. Uh, Very few people call me anymore, and I like that. This is when you know who your friends are and who your friends aren't. And if I used to reach out and call them, and then I notice when I don't call them, they don't call me. So good luck. you know, Sean. So what do you think about the product, the stuff I've been putting up on the show lately?
I like it. See, your angle is the product. You know, you're not worrying about money. You know what I mean, or this, or these things. You're just focused on your channel, and then the money will come. But like I said, we talked months back, and I told you by May you're going to surpass a lot, and you're on track to do that. And the interviews that you're getting, the certain people are upset because they want to do those interviews, but you're doing them. Just like when you did the Johnny A. Light interview, you thought people were your associates or, you know, kind of friends, but they switched up. And the interviews you got going that are going to come, they're going to blow everybody out the water. You know,
Well,
they're going to, you know,
yeah. See, that's the thing. You got to understand that even though these guys ratted, they deserve to be interviewed. I'm not their friend. I'm
no,
not.
exactly.
I'm not going to hang out with them. I'm interviewing them, and people want me to interview them. These are interesting guys. You want to know why they ratted. And usually the people that call the rats would be the first people to break under
Yeah,
pressure.
because they haven't been put in that situation. You put in that pressure. You have a jail cell. Your family's taken away. You're deprived from food. You know, I mean, put yourself in that position, and you know, it's easy to call the kettle black. You know what I mean? But if you're not in that position, you don't know.
And and I can name people that have done 302s that claim they're not snitches. So let's leave it at that. I'm not going to get into that right now. So, when you're sitting in a cell 23 hours a day, I'll give you an example. I was talking to one guy. He's in prison for 3 years. 3 years, and he's saying, I'm gonna hold out for my I'm gonna take this like a man, and I'm gonna bite the bullet. I'm gonna take my time. So he's prepared to go to jail for 30 years. So then everybody around him started ratting, and everything was on him. All these people around him, like 20 people, ratted and came forward. So he's sitting in prison, and even his boss is ratting on him. So he's like, what the fuck, man? Everybody's ratting on me. And now I'm going to take the fall. And the prosecutor came back and said, well, being that we got more information on you, now we're going to give you 100 years. Does people know what 100 fucking years is? You
That's
know,
life, life, life.
you know, yeah, it's like, eh, and a lot of these. Can you imagine Tony being threatened with 30 years in prison?
You
Tony can't
know,
shut up in a car. Can you
I
imagine?
I went I went on his show and I wanted to talk to him. I can't believe, and this goes back to society, they let a person that has a channel, they're privileged with the channel to have a voice, and he's talking homosexual stuff. He's threatening people, defamation of character, and this man is just. And I told him, get a job. We all want to see you do good. Get a job. You know what I mean? But see, he's in it for the cash, and that man is just bizarre.
And he's an evil man.
Yeah.
There's nothing good about him. He's evil. You know,
And
there's
it's funny how he rolled over with the man with the other channel, and they're like best buds. And then months prior, he talked all these things about him. So all these channels, you could tell that their motivators the cash, and that's their livelihood is these channels. So like if their channels get shut down, they don't have no life.
and you know what it comes down to too, Sean. If you have 3,000, 4,000 viewers, I mean, people watching you, subs, you don't deserve money yet. Whatever you get is a
No,
bonus. You
right.
got, you know, if you get it, it's a bonus. It's not a reason to turn on your channel.
No.
You
No,
know,
like on his channel, it says Cash App right on the bottom of his channel. Donate to me.
how about these new people that are starting channels? They got 400 subs and they got Cash App rolling across it. You know, I love Cousin Dom. Cash App, Cash App. It's like, dude, you just started your channel.
Right.
And it goes back to people don't want to work.
Well, you know, so YouTube is catching on to this now.
I hope they are because
Well, so here's what YouTube, and here's why I agree with YouTube. YouTube is saying if you want to use our product, you got to pay us. We're going to stop. You know, I'll give you an example. Now, Cash App, as of January 1st, they're
it's
going to look at
taxed.
it's taxed. It used to
Yes.
not be. So
Yeah, it's
now it's
taxed.
taxed. And if people don't think Google had a lot to do with that, Google has people sitting in the cabinet of the White House.
Oh, yeah, I bet.
So you know that they are behind this. So YouTube is saying, if and you got to agree with them. If you want to use their product, you got to pay them.
Yeah.
That's capitalism, you know, and that's what YouTube's saying to people now. You got to pay us. And so they're taking 30% of your earnings right off the super chats. And that's just the way it is. And I agree with it, you know, and there's not too, you better watch how much money you make because when it comes time to pay taxes on it, can you imagine how much Tony's going to owe in taxes right now?
Oh, you probably owe 10 grand.
And you know he's not going to pay that.
Well, you know what? People like us don't have a hatred heart. We hope he gets on track, but once all he has is the YouTube, so once that goes, his life's in shambles. The man is not willing to work.
I hate to break this news to you, Sean, but his life's always been in shambles.
No, I mean with the finances though, with
But you know what it comes down to, Sean? If you're sitting on the corner in New York City and you're like 40, 50 years old, there's jobs everywhere. What the fuck are you doing on the corner?
I know.
You know,
My boss at my work, he's looking for workers. People don't want to work. Inflation's real high. I don't know about Texas, but you go to Walmart here and so there's stuff that's not on the shelves,
Well, unfortunately, the East and West Coast is a lot worse than Texas.
Really?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't see any problem here. I'm in southwestern Texas. They just run a very good, this part of the state is run very well. We're right in the middle of the cattle industry here. There's plenty of meat on the shelf. A matter of fact, I can go to the next town over and I can tell them to give me a quarter of a cow, cut it up, put it in the freezer, and I got all the meat I want, but you can't do that in New York. You can't do that in California in certain parts. If you want to buy a half a cow in New York, you know how much money you're going to spend?
A lot.
It's going to be a fortune.
I was surprised that you did your show today. It was a real treat to have you go on live, but the stuff I've been watching, it's just they're just defaming people's characters. You can't say these things like you stole a credit card. You're not in my life. Like, how can you say these things, you know?
Exactly. Exactly.
It doesn't make sense. You're messing with my character, and you have a product. I think there should be rules because like you haven't been slandering these people or been saying these people's names. You basically, it doesn't take a smart, guy to think, leave me alone. Do your show. I want to do my show. But see, the thing is, they're starting to get jealous because they see that you have a lot of movement now. You're getting pushed, and you keep at it, Lee. I'm telling you, 1 year, 2 years, it's just going to keep going and going. And then one interview I would like to see you do maybe in the future, maybe someone like a Bobby Luisi, a classy guy. He's a real classy guy. I like his show. And, a lot of people slander and say, well, these people are Christian and stuff. I really believe him. I really believed he changed his life.
Bobby Luisi had his family murdered.
Really?
Bobby Luisi's father and brother were sitting in a restaurant with two other people.
Mm-hmm.
And these two guys came in and they got scared. Basically, they started arguing in the diner. They pulled out pistols and they shot Bobby Luisi's father, his brother, and two other people that were with him and murdered them.
Oh.
It was a big crime back in the day. And it was a big murder. These two guys went to prison for life. But can you imagine being Bobby Luisi? You get that phone call. Your father has just been murdered. Your brother's just been murdered, and two others of your friends have been murdered. So when they got murdered, Bobby Luisi had to take over the family right away, and then all the other families started giving him trouble. So the guy's the real deal.
Yeah, he
They
is
don't.
the real deal.
He's more of a real deal than anybody on here.
I think so. I think so because when you watch his show, Lee, there's no cussing, there's no meanness. He doesn't even talk about crimes really. He just talks about people asking questions, but he really is sincere with the word of God. He I think so.
Yeah.
From my opinion, I really think he comes across and he's got a lot of class, and you could tell he was with the business. You can tell certain people that were with the business or that are still with the business, just in other ways.
On all these channels, him and Sammy Gavano are by far understand the business more than anybody,
Mm-hmm.
without a doubt. I mean, whether you like Sammy Gavano or not, the fact of the matter is he was in the business and he did know how to. It's like when Sammy Gavano says that when he used to look at New York at night and see the lights, he realized no one could build nothing without going through him. So matter of fact, he said Donald Trump couldn't build anything without going through him. And
He reinvented himself, like you said. You hit like if I'm a young kid, I'm just thinking mafia video. I don't know what his past is.
anybody 35 years and younger, they don't know much about Sammy Gavano
Yeah.
because they were teenagers back when that whole thing happened. So that's what they did when they went on ABC. The majority of viewers, they were number 2 that night in the demographic of 19 to 49. They were number 2.
Wow.
So they went after that age graphic. And not only that, then as soon as the show ended, they threw it on Hulu. So you can just go on Hulu now and pop it on, and there it is. And now it's on YouTube. They put the show on YouTube. So you can go on YouTube and watch it. See, and then you have most of the people watching this now are like 35 and younger. And these people know nothing about what Sammy Gavano did. And whether people like it or not, and I'm not saying it's right, but if you're going to remarket somebody, but see, instead of people talking about this on here, they want to talk about, I hate his guts, I hate John Gotti, I hate this one. But the reality is, whether you like it or not, John Gotti's dead, Sammy Gavano's alive. I mean, that's what it. Okay. Bill Jordan is a spy. Come on. You don't think I know about Bill Jordan? I like to give him a chance, but just so you do know.
Let's get some questions going.
Oh yeah, I've been reading FBS third packet. Yeah, well, you know something, those cigarettes going to kill them. So
Yeah, they
I
will.
don't,
They're nails.
I
They're
don't wish,
they're nails in the coffin.
I don't wish that on anybody.
No.
FBS is the John Wayne Bobbitt of the mob.
Oh wow.
Okay, it's petty to attack people for not having something. It takes a village to raise someone. Who said that? How can anyone be proud to belong to a society that doesn't protect its own citizens? Well, unfortunately,
We don't live in a perfect world.
yeah, we don't. But you're from Canada, my man. It's a lot tougher up there than it is down here. You may
Yeah.
not think so, but it is. Taxes and everything. Oh my gosh.
The trucker strike.
Yeah, a matter of fact, your truckers up there, now that they're protesting, the leader of your government up there is making fun of truckers, the heart and soul of America and Canada, the heart and soul of the world. Truckers all over the world right now are protesting. They're protesting in Sweden, they're protesting in the Netherlands, everywhere. And your prime minister, that sissy up there, basically is knocking them. There's thousands, tens of thousands of them riding around in trucks, and they're being knocked. I mean,
Oh yeah.
I don't want to get into too much politics, but
No.
everyone gets attacked on YouTube. YouTube is where the sleaze bags dwell. BK
Oh.
Shallon, you get attacked a lot, dude. So you know all about it. A matter of fact, I seen you attacked last night, and I don't. And I'm like, why the fuck are they attacking BK Shallon? They want MRE to go at them. It would be a lot of yes. That's you hit it right on the button. Simping ain't easy. Exactly. They want and MRE is a lot smarter than them.
Oh, he's very intelligently. You watch his shows. Oh my goodness.
Okay, John Favre's birthday is March 4th. He would be 83 if Gotti didn't have murder. Truth is truth, people. Truth is truth. Those are the people we forget about. We forget about John Favre. We forget about Alan Kaiser. They are victims of gangsters. That's what they are. Let's remember who these gangsters are. We could talk about them on here, but they terrorize neighborhoods. I did a video yesterday on Crazy Chris Cognata. He was a killer. And, the mob, I don't know. I just found him a fascinating character because he was a badass. And I had somebody say to me that Frankie Pasquale broke his thumbs in prison. So I checked up on it. What happened is Frankie Pasquale, that was pure muscles and steroids in prison, was told to beat Crazy Chris Cognata up. And they went to the yard and had a fight. And they say that when they collided, you could hear two fucking monsters colliding, and they had a fight in the middle of the yard, and they fought to a draw.
Mm.
And if anybody knows what Frankie Pasquale looked like when he got out of prison, he was a monster. Now he's about 500 pounds. But back then he was a monster. And Frankie Pasquale was a very bad man in prison, had a very bad reputation. The fact that Chris Cognata went at him, and the fight started off with Chris headbutting him. So it's false. No, it never happened. See, this is what you hear. You hear false stuff on YouTube. He didn't get his thumbs broken. But did you watch that video about Chris Cognata I put up yesterday?
Yeah, I watched it on a lunch break. I thought it was good.
Can you imagine that it was a civilian that killed him in the end?
Yeah, it's weird. It's just how things happen, huh?
But here's the thing. The guy that killed him, he was in the closet with a gun, and he was scared shit. This guy breaks down. He wants to collect his money, and he shoots him 3 times in the neck, in the chest, and in the arm. And so he was still alive when they put him in the ambulance. But the thing was, the poor guy that was in the closet was in his house, his own house. And Chris broke into his house to beat him up, to get his money. And he shot him in the house. That guy is in prison in New York for second-degree murder.
In his house? Really?
If he did that in Texas, he would have had a gun charge because the gun was illegal. But if he did that in Texas, he would not be in prison right now. So,
Then his thing was like, I'm in fear for my life. He came in my house. I'm hiding in the closet.
and not only did he come in the house, this is Chris Cagnata.
Right.
I mean, this ain't like some average dude that you could fight. You know, if you
Yeah.
fight him, you're going to get hurt.
Yeah.
And you know, and that's, you know, the difference of living in New York and living in Texas. In Texas, you probably wouldn't even go to jail. You probably get 5 years probation, you know, but this guy is spending, you know, right now he's appealing the case. And I wasn't, but someone gave me that information. One of our great people that watch that show, they told me about what was going on with his case. And he sat in prison. He's been in prison longer because of the COVID. So he hasn't been able to get his appeals or get out of prison. So he's still sitting in prison, charged with second-degree murder.
How long has he been in for? 5, 6 years?
Yep, exactly.
Wow.
Yep. So, you know, that's another story in itself. But if you're gonna shoot somebody, people, do it in Texas, not in New York. Okay. That's why when these guys threaten me and they're going to come to my house and hurt me and stuff, all I will tell them is I live in Texas. That's it.
Yeah, that's mind-boggling that, you know, when people are threatening people on YouTube, it doesn't make sense. I don't understand.
Yeah. Oh gosh, I was told this one story last night. I'm not going to discuss it, but it was unbelievable about this one person that's in these rooms.
Yeah.
And he was talking about what he wants to do to rescue somebody, and it's like some weird fucking shit, man. And as I was hearing this story, I was like, "Are you fucking serious?" I said, "You better report this guy to the fucking police."
Right.
Okay, they attacking MRE the GOAT because they know he is going to expose all the lies with his own. Yes, and you know something? I disagree with some things with MRE. MRE and I had some battles, but those are over with. And he respects who I have on my show, and he says that I can have anybody I want on my show. You know, I never ratted on nobody. I've never been in, you know, where I've been offered 2 times to snitch on people, but I never took it because I wasn't looking at hard time.
Yeah, at the end of the day, you have a show and you do interviews. People have to understand that. You understand we're civilians, you know?
Yeah. Sorry. I was getting a call from California. That's not you, right?
No. But no, at the end of the day, you have a show, you do interviews, you know, we're civilians, you know, we're just regular people. People can't, you know, I think people take, you know, the things they say, they just go overboard with it, you know.
Who's that in the background talking?
My girlfriend, interdimensional beings, she said we are.
Interdimensional beings. You got a smart girlfriend.
I know, I love her to death. If it wasn't for her, man, we've been together for 4 years now.
God, dude, I hang out with women and go, "What time is it?" Because they don't have a digital clock, you know. You know, I've always been blessed. I've always been blessed with tough women in my life because if they're with me, they're tough women. And
she's a tough woman. Oh yeah.
This is the first time in about 20 years that I have not been in a relationship. You know, literally in a relationship with someone, maybe 30 years. And it's totally different. And I really enjoy it because, you know, I'm not being told what to do. You know, no one's touching my remote control. And and people say, "Oh, don't you get lonely and stuff?" It's like, no, I could do whatever the fuck I want. I have my children. I've had relationships with many women. Unfortunately, I've been married a few times. And right now I'm a free man. But you know what? If you find the right woman, don't let her go because I did that. And, you know, that's the mistake us men make. We're stupid. Women are.
You still talk to her, Lee? The one you let go?
No.
No.
Unfortunately not. And, you know, it's that was totally my fault. But sometimes you have something as a man and you don't realize what you have and you fuck up.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you lose it, you're like, holy shit, I had that woman and I lost her. You know, and then you go on to other women that don't really mean anything. You're trying to block block it out losing this woman, but you never can block it out.
Right.
When you lose the woman, you can never block it out. And that's just it. Okay, I don't know. That was a kind of Dr. Ruthish, guys, but what the hell? I got 130 in the middle of the day, and I'm shocked because when I came on here, I thought maybe I was going to get 75, 80. So that's kind of nice. I think they're on here to see you, Sean.
No.
Because your hair's not combed today. You took your hat off.
No, I never wear a hat, but it's usually done. No, you caught me slipping. I didn't know you were going to do a live today.
I didn't know I was going to do a live today. I just came on and said, I got an interview at 6:00 tonight. I'm looking forward to interviewing him. And I think you're going to be very surprised who it is, Sean. Let me leave it at that. So look for that interview when I drop it tonight.
No, I mean, I'm glad that you're having fun with this and you're not taking it personal.
I'm having fun because I stopped doing so many lives.
Right.
It's nice to do lives. It's nice to talk to the people that watch your show, but it's horrible when you're getting involved in fights with people and it's getting ugly. You say things you can't take back. People, yes, FBS. I'm sorry, Nadu is going to pass him today or tomorrow, and he's going to be accused of buying subs. But if you look at what Jeff's doing, he's putting up really good product. His videos are getting 9,000 to 10,000 views. So instead of saying he's buying subs, let's just say, good job, Jeff. That's how I look at it. Oh, my dogs are huge Milkbone fans. About once a week, I get them a 10-pound box at Wally World. The truth, my dogs are too. I have a lab, and I got everybody's seen Polly, my little old rat terrier, and I don't shop Walmart anymore. I used to be an avid Walmart shopper, but once they got political, I stopped going there. I don't think any of these places should be involved in politics, to the right or to the left. Just sell your product and shut the fuck up. What do you think about all this politics with these companies and stuff?
I don't know. I watch the news maybe a couple times a week if I can.
You know what I found funny is when they went after Joe Rogan. Mistake. Joe Rogan's the number one podcaster in the world.
I guess Spotify, right, owns 100% of that show or something.
Yeah, and they kissed Joe Rogan's ass.
Right.
He's making them a lot of money.
A lot of money.
And Joe Rogan's not political to the left or to the right. He has conversations with people. And, people don't like that. They want you to be to the right or the left. And Joe Rogan's a very powerful man. And so what's funny, though, what is it, Neil Young, the singer? He came up and said, I'm taking my stuff off. It's like, dude, you're 76 years old. You're going up against Joe Rogan. So he took it off, and they're not going to do anything.
Yeah.
Great music back in the day, but why are you going up against Joe Rogan? That's like Joe Rogan is the Babe Ruth of podcasting.
Oh, yeah.
You don't go after the number one guy. Not when he makes everybody around him a lot of money.
Oh, a lot of money. Oh, yeah, he makes a lot.
Yep. Okay, let's see. Somebody said Wig bought 2,500 subscribers. Tony V, who said it? See, that's the problem. People say things without evidence. I mean, that's what it comes down to. Jeff's a smart man. Do you think Jeff would just go out and buy 25,000 subscribers? Then my question to you, Tony, would be, if he bought 25,000 subscribers, why did his views go up? I mean, he's putting up shows. I'll give you an example. He did a show on Gene Barillo, and he's pushing 10,000 views on it. And one thing I learned recently is that I've done some shows on different people, and I'm getting views. I did a show on Sammy Gavano the other day. That's at 10,000 views right now.
Wow.
I mean, I never would think it was going to hit 10,000 views.
Yeah, just for having his name on the show. That's what Tony did. If we all remember, Tony just put his name, and that's how he got people to listen to him. You know.
And then Tony, yeah, I just don't like talking about him. He's such an evil little man.
I know.
He's
I know.
just Tony's the type of guy I can honestly say I'd like to get in a room for 1 minute. You know, I'm an old man, but back in the day, I could handle myself okay. I always took care of myself. I used to work out, lift a lot of weight, and I think I could still really hurt him. And he's just that guy that you want to hurt. Something about him. You just want to like go up to the car when he's sitting there on his phone and just punch him dead in the face. And he'll probably start crying. The man's probably
his name's Sean, right? His name is Sean.
What's up with these Seans, man?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, Sean McCartney. And he's I know a lot of Seans. What the hell's up with Seans? A lot of Irishmen out there. Okay, people, bet the Bengals money line. I've hit it 3 games. They won as underdogs. I'm actually happy with this Super Bowl because I don't care who wins, and I like both teams. That's the first thing. Like, if Dallas is in the Super Bowl, I couldn't care who's playing Dallas. I'll go against them.
Yeah, that's my team. I don't see them going to the Super Bowl anytime soon.
Oh, Dallas?
Yeah.
Well, they got the most overpaid, overrated quarterback in football.
Quarterback. I thought Tony Romo was better than him myself.
Oh my gosh, I don't know what they were thinking there.
I know.
Okay, let me pull up some of these. Okay, the Bengals are. Oh, everybody's talking about the Bengals today. For several years, they got a great quarterback. Burrows is a special quarterback, and as long as he stays healthy, you got to remember, Burrows was out all last season with an injury, and he came back this year, and he's just been lights out. And she's cool with Jimmy and who's put Spiro in prison. Spiro and Gotti were friends, and Jimmy said, none of it makes sense, even though you're not Jeff Lohman. None of it makes sense. I love some of these people on here. They come on and they put their little avatars in there and take another person's name. I see Lee Cole all over the place.
You do? You see yourself?
Yeah. Lucky Luciano. We got Lucky in the house now. Lee Cole, don't feel bad about your football predictions. I bet on Miami Dolphins to win this. I remember that. So now I know who you are. Wow. I didn't make it to the playoffs. Yeah, and now Miami's talking about rebuilding. And, we got some football fans in here today, but let's get to some. Yeah, it is very cringy. I can't say anything else. In 20 years from now, Sean McCartney will be the last gangster on ABC. That is great. Imagine that. You'll see Tony sitting up there talking about all the things he did and all the people he's put in the grave. And do you remember when and you know what? I tried to get along with Tony in the beginning and did some shows with him. But every time I did a show with him, he'd go back on his show and start talking about me. And I'd call him up and say, Tony, why are you talking shit about me, man? He goes, oh, I'm just doing it because I want to get views. And then it got to the point, the very last time he did it, I said, Tony, I said, I can't talk to you no more. And that was that. When I cut from him, It was not even worth it. But then when he started talking about my brother, I was like, okay, that's it.
I used to watch your brother on TV when I was a kid, when I used to watch WWF.
A long time ago.
Yeah, a long time ago, yeah.
Angel doesn't even like the people in her chat. She just, well, I'm not going to get into Angel right now. Hey, Lee, I heard Tony Trash can say once he'll go clean your house twice a week for a new Batman shirt and a small coffee.
Oh, wow.
I put out a video that really pissed Tony off. I don't know if you've seen it. I was driving around in my car and said I'm moving into it.
Yeah, I seen that one.
With my 2 dogs.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. He came out the following day. He acted like I just stole his cup of coffee or something. He was so mad. I never gave Tony a time. The only channel I've donated to is MRE. Bill Jordan, that's kind of funny. I donated to two channels ever, MRE and Bobby Luisi. Those are the only two channels I've ever donated to.
That's
Because,
great.
well, I donated to Bobby Luisi because last week he was doing his show the day it was snowing, and him and his friend showed up in their pajamas.
Oh wow.
Did you see that show?
Uh-uh.
It was a great show. And so I was watching the show, and I really have not watched Bobby Luisi too much, but you can generally see the happiness in these two men after
Oh yeah.
everything they went through in their life.
Yeah.
And the guy that's with him is also a made man.
Yeah,
So
Paul. Yeah.
yeah. So you're talking about two real gangsters.
I like them a lot.
Yeah. So I became a fan. Just like that. I sent him $10, and I'm a cheap bastard. Well, little Joe, you know that. And that's going to come back and haunt him because when you go to do interviews, people look at your library and they want to see stuff in your library. They look at my library, they're going to see John A. Light in there, whether you like him or not. I did interview him. They're going to see Hootie Russo in there, whether you like him or not. It's not like I became best friends and moved into their house or something.
Exactly.
I don't even know these guys at all. The truth, I have an affinity for Krumel, even though he has not been very nice to mess of late. Yeah, Krumel, I don't know what's wrong with him. I hope he's doing okay in life. Krumel, come on, man. You used to be my buddy. You just turned on me for no reason. Come on. You just got grumpy on me. Then you started accusing me of like purposely not taking your wrench away and stuff. No, I just didn't get to it. And you know what, Krumel? You're welcome back to get a wrench on this channel anytime. Joe Candela oh yes, Joe gave him a lot of money. There's quite a few people. Okay. Right now I'm going to do a Tony. Rest in peace, John Ferrari. $2. $2. Is that all you got? $2. What am I going to do with $2? Do you know how much a cup of coffee is? $2.80. Thank you, Butchie Bifocals. I appreciate it. But I've seen him yell at people for only giving them $2. And you know what's funny? When he used to lock people up, he'd take them off their show. And then what he would do is he would charge them $100 to get out of Tony jail. And people paid it. It's like, can you imagine you paid $100 to get out of Tony jail? Why not just change your avatar and come back as somebody else?
Right.
Lee, you platformed Tony a few times. You guys used to talk on the phone. Yes, Bill, we did. I just said that. You know why? In the beginning, you become friends with people. And then once you get to know them, and this is FBS and I, once you get to know them, things change. So, when I finally cut from Tony, that was it. That was that. Tony tried to call me 20, 30 times. But Bill, you're right. I talked to everybody in the beginning. I talked to Angel Gotti. We don't talk no more. But one thing I have several friends on this that I did talk in the beginning that are still my friends. Those are the people that are my friends.
Mm-hmm.
Like Sean, you've been coming on my show. You've been loyal for 6 months.
Well, yeah. See, that's the thing. That's the thing that people don't realize. Like someone like myself, that's not going to do a show and doesn't want to do a show. I'll just do like views of the mountain. But for you to have me on your show, I mean, it was a lot. I just want to return the gratitude. I mean, I'm a real person. You know what I mean? I'm a hardworking person, and
you even had a girlfriend. There was a rumor that I started that you just lived by yourself and you're a lonely guy in the mountains.
No. I have a girlfriend.
Okay, I'm gonna stop that rumor.
No,
Don't
it's cool. I don't
whoever
care.
I told that to stop. No, I'm kidding, man. I didn't say
No.
that. Okay, good. I'm glad you got into Gene Barillo. I'm gonna talk about Gene Barillo for a couple minutes. Okay. There's this thing going around that I'm friends with Gene Barillo. Let me tell you something. Gene Barillo is the only guy that hasn't fucked me over. People that were my friends here that say horrible shit about me. And then I hear people talking shit about Gene Barillo all the time. I did a lot of research on Gene Barillo. There's nobody here that would talk that to his face if they met him. And whether people like it or not, yes, Gene Barillo testified against two very big guys. And we know who they are, you know. And one of them is Ronnie G. I mean, big guy. He ran Howard Beach, you know. And so, you just think about that. He has to live with that. But he has a lot of regret about that. But, you know, he's like every other gangster. He has a mental illness. To be a gangster, you got to be mentally ill.
Yeah.
You know, people you think that you want to be in the street knowing
No.
that your best friend's going to be the one that puts the bullet in your head.
Yeah, like you're driving down the street and you're like thinking, is this guy going to kill me today? Regular people don't think like that, you know?
I'll give you an example. And Gene told me this story. Okay, so I did Crazy Chris Cognata yesterday, right?
Mhm.
Chris Cognata was best friends with Gene Barillo. Ronnie G gave him an order to put a bullet as a warning in Chris's arm. And Gene told him, he said, Ronnie, I got to put a bullet in his head because if I shoot him in the arm, he's going to come back at us. Gene warned him. But Ronnie G said, no, just shoot him in the arm. Because he just robbed them of a bunch of money. It was a warning and they kind of wanted their money back. And Gene said, okay, I'll go shoot him in the arm, but I'm telling you, this ain't going to be pretty. So he goes and shoots him in the arm in broad daylight. And then he leaves. Then and this guy goes to the hospital, gets his arm stitched up, goes and gets a machine gun, drives up to Barillo's house and machine guns his house with his parents in it. And Gene warned him. He said to him, you got to put this guy down. If you don't put this guy down, he's going to come back at you. So that for the next 2 years, they're at war with one man. Well, don't get me wrong. Chris Cognata had his cousin and a couple other guys, but they weren't scared of those other guys. They were scared of Chris. So because Ronnie G did not listen about putting him down, it caused a lot of heartache. And that's, you know, and a matter of fact, Chris Cognata kidnapped a soldier. One of the, his name was Pudgy, held him in the house, tied him up in his house, and robbed him of $350,000. That's Chris Cognata. So he's in the streets of Howard Beach robbing made men. And then he's like, not only does he rob the made men, he stays in the neighborhood. And they're saying to people, go kill him. And they're like, I don't want to go kill him. You know, they were scared of him. And only one person stepped up to go after him. And that was Gene Barillo. And they had a war. Basically, Cognata and Barillo went to war. That's the story behind that. They were trying to kill each other.
Oh, you know, Gene's with the business. You could tell.
Yeah, but it's like these guys on here. These they make fun of him, but they would never make fun of him to his face.
No. Most
Never.
of the people that say stuff wouldn't. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like even Jimmy Clander's a pretty tough guy. Jimmy Clander would never say nothing to Gene Barillo's face. Never.
He just rubs me the wrong way. I just can't. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know,
Yeah.
listen, I understand everybody has their opinions about rats. But you know,
No, it's not. It's not even that. It's not even that. I've tried to actually hear a story, and I just don't think he's sincere about helping, and I don't think he has remorse for his victims. My opinion, I think it's more a financial gain, this YouTube, for him. My
It is,
opinion.
yeah, it is for a lot of people. I think the people that have remorse are people like Luisi,
Yeah.
and there are people with remorse, without a doubt. I like to say Sammy has remorse, but here's the problem with Sammy. Sammy will say that he wishes he could change things, but then he'll go on and do a show where he's debating what's his name, Michael Francis. And then in that special, he says that if Rudolph Giuliani was in that room with him, he would shoot him in the head.
Yeah, that was mind-boggling to hear that. Are you serious? You're going to say that about him?
Yes, he threatened to shoot, a district attorney in the head if he was there, because Rudolph Giuliani was just doing his job. A matter of fact, what Rudolph Giuliani did was save New York from the mob. Because I'll give you an example. The Empire State Building was paying $100,000 a week bill to have garbage picked up. And once the mob was taken out of there, the bill went down to $10,000. So that means that they were literally taking $90,000 per week from the Empire State Building and all that garbage. They were extorting $90,000 a week.
That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
And same with the Fulton Fish Market. You couldn't even sell fish there if you wanted anything to do with the Fulton Fish Market, because the mob controlled it, and those guys got arrested. And you know who's paying higher prices for fish because of that? The consumer. So when we talk about gangsters, let's remember how much drugs they put into the streets. I mean, so we can, glorify them and say we like this one, we like that one, but they've been putting drugs in the streets since 1920. They've been flooding our country with drugs. And now we have a new gang doing it from across the border. And the Chinese. They're flooding us with Oxycontin. But the American government is allowing it to happen. The American government can stop all of this in one day. In one day. But why do they? Everybody's making money off of it. But in one day, they could stop drugs coming into this country. It's that simple. We have the biggest, baddest army in the world. You don't think we could stop drugs in one day? Just put troops down at the border. Check every cargo container that comes in with the troops. It's over. No drugs are coming into the United States.
Yeah, I think morale's low. Even the people that are working right there. There's a video that came out, and they're asking, "Why are we doing this for?"
Yeah, those cargo containers coming in, they don't even check them. They barely check them.
Yeah,
and half of them are coming in from China, and they're not checking. They're not checking these cargo containers. God knows what's in them.
Yeah, a lot of people, they're dying on the streets right now.
It's unbelievable. Just think that this country is like that. Would they become the whole world? I mean, the whole world. And there's a certain small segment of men that are allowing this to happen, that are allowing this evilness to happen. They want us fighting with each other. I mean, they want all this shit going on.
Yeah.
And in America, the biggest problem is they're pissed because they can't take the guns away. They did that in Australia, and look what happened now. They're literally shut down Australia. The government is like, they can do whatever they want in Australia, and the people can do nothing to fight back. Nothing. And because this government took all their weapons away a couple years ago.
Yeah.
And just think about it. Watching Karen with Sammy and how she smiles when talking about him gives me a creep. Oh my God, Gazoo. Come on. That's Sammy might have been more hated than Messina. The problem is Joey Messina deserves to be hated more than Sammy, when you really think about it. I mean, Messina he put away so many more guys than Sammy.
Yeah, he took so many lives, and then he did the same thing. It was weird.
And he was talking about vicious, a murderer that's out in the street. Oh my God. If you could put Joe Messina back in the street, you could put anybody in the street.
Yeah.
That's a man that should never see daylight.
No, I don't think they should have made a deal with him. He just didn't want to do the time.
Yep. And he claimed to be true blue all the way through, right?
Yeah, gangster 1,100 mobster guy. Yeah.
Krumo, do Lee, not me, the favor and hit like and subscribe. I'm going to say in a couple more minutes, people, but I can't imagine the amount. I'm so far behind in this. I'm going to try to catch
How many
up.
viewers is on right now?
140
That's pretty good.
for the middle of the day. Yes, it is. It's
Yeah.
very good for the middle of the day. John Gardy never had an opportunity to rap. There was no one the feds wanted more than him. Gazzo, great point, and that's the truth. They wanted John Gotti more than any man in the world. The only man that was ever wanted more than John Gotti was probably Osama bin Laden. That's
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Krumel, I don't know if that's good or bad. What? Hit the like and subscribe button, Krumel? If you can hit the like and subscribe button of these other shows and I don't mind, God bless you.
There's something going on there.
Yes, she does. I have no problem with her defending her father, but I'm going to put up what I want to put up too. Lee, your guest has a man bun. You have a man bun?
No, man.
What the hell are you
My
talking
hair's
about?
not brushed, people.
Yeah.
Jesus,
He
look.
doesn't have a man bun, dude.
Look, my hair's not brushed, people.
Dude, you're making me you're making me jealous. Keep the fucking hair down, please.
I know my hair.
Okay.
Oh, man bun. Get out of here, dude. My hair's not brushed.
Okay.
Hey, remember that lady months back said I had blonde hair? A
Yes,
man bun.
DMM. Once again, you're right. But she has to understand her father is a public figure. It's not, and believe me, a lot of things could be said a lot worse, but they're not. A matter of fact, you can't put the real facts out there because you might hurt people's feelings. Remember, we were just talking about drugs. And we can get into the real, read my blog. DMV, yes, she does all the drama fighting with all you. Yes, and Greg, you're right. I don't know why. She has so many stories to tell, and she should just tell her stories. That's what she should do. But, she hates me now, so she's going to do whatever she can. Yet last night she went on FBS's show. Listen to this.
Really? Wow.
And she threatened to interview the McMahons.
The McMahon?
Now, yes, let me explain to you why.
She won't get that interview.
Okay. First of all, you can't interview Vince McMahon because he has dementia. But I can tell you this much. They were in charge of an empire that were molesting children.
Oh, wow.
You understand that? They have sent their lawyers after me for 30 years, since 1992. When my brother committed suicide last year, their lawyers came after me again. And I told them to go fuck themselves. Very powerful lawyers. So if you think that I give a shit that you interview Lindsay McMahon and she's going to talk shit about me, I don't care. They put me in jail in 1992, thinking that I was going to stay in jail. And 2 days later, I was out. And this is the McMahons. So if you want to go get Linda McMahon, the reason they don't like to mess with me is because of the stuff that I have on them. But, when you threaten me like that, and this is me telling you right now, Angel, go get her. If you need her phone number, that's the threat you made last night. I will give you Linda McMahon's phone number. I couldn't care if Linda McMahon came on here. I couldn't care. Here's what she'll say. She'll say, Lee is the reason Tom sued us. No, my brother Tom was a smart guy. I helped him put the lawsuit together,
Mm.
but that's it. So don't threaten me with the McMahons. You
There's
want?
a lot of things in that situation that are kind of still in the dark, right? That a lot of
Thank you,
just
Ali Chabar. Uh, yeah,
Lee.
yes, this was an organization that had men in their organization
Okay.
that were going after little boys
Really?
and bringing them into between the age of 13 and 16. They would groom them, and they would
Uh-huh.
pick certain ones out to move up the line to Terry Garvin.
Wow.
The two of these three men got fired, and one came back, Pat Patterson.
Oh,
Okay.
Pat Patterson. That's a big
Yes.
name.
Yes. So Pat Patterson. And they fired the other two because of our lawsuit. And then they spent the next 25 years. They never left my brother alone. They never left me alone for defending my brother. They turned my brother against me for the first couple years. They had me arrested. Literally had the cops show up at my door in Utica and arrest me and take me
Your
down to New York, to take me down to New York City for two warrants that I had.
your brother knew a lot more than what he said, huh?
Yes,
Really?
just like I do. I would
Wow.
love, I would love for, and I challenged their lawyer Jerry McDivitt to sue me. Take me into court, please.
That's the same lawyer that he had when he the steroid trial, right? With Hulk Hogan that went on the stand. That's the same lawyer, right?
Yes.
Right.
Lee, keep up the work. Good pal. Ali Shabar, thank you once again. And yeah, see, so basically, what what she's doing,
Mhm.
what she's doing by threatening me with Linda McMahon is saying that, yeah, I'm going to have these people who covered up a sex case with children come on here and say Lee's no fucking good. So that's the threat you made yesterday, Angel. So is this what you want to get into?
Oh, she'll never have her on, Lee. Come on.
No,
No
no.
way. No
Look,
way.
Angel, yeah, I would love it. I would
No.
love it. Are you kidding me? When my brother committed suicide last year, I put out a tweet that almost got 1 million hits
Really?
about his death, and and you know, so many people came out. If you Google Lee Cole, Tom Cole, Vince McMahon, you'll
Right.
have 100 articles pop up, and every article Linda McMahon's attacking me. Why is she attacking me? You know, and there's a major book coming out. You guys will learn very shortly. And these aren't bullshit books. These are major books. And you're going to learn about this powerful empire that they were worse than Sandusky was at Penn State. And
Wow.
Sandusky's still sitting in prison. These guys got away with it because they were billionaires.
You watch this show, The Dark Side of the Ring. This stuff that they have surpasses that by 1,000. You know,
Okay,
people don't.
Okay, I'm going to read this to sit down from Jeff. Jeff said, Lee, get yourself some lunch, some content on your channel. We can see the effort in trying to get better. Hey, Jeff, aren't you supposed to be using that $20 on subs? You know, that's the rumor. That's what FBS says. He's buying his subs. So go buy
Really?
some. Yeah, you know. Thank you, Jeff. I appreciate it. Jeff's a good guy. Hey, Jeff and I, we had our issues. We had that one debate, but since that time, it's like I said, Jeff's a good guy, and he's very knowledgeable. And people say, "Oh, he reads off Wikipedia." I can tell you one thing: when you put a show together, and I put a show together about Chris Cognati yesterday, it took me 8 hours to put that show together. We putting information together, talking to people about them. These shows you don't read off inside Wikipedia. They're very hard to put together. And this is why when you get money, this is why you deserve money at times. But if you're just coming on and you're just doing lives to get money for attacking people,
Mm-hmm.
do you deserve money?
No. No way.
That's the thing. You know, look, I'm on here doing a live. I'm having a great time, but the chances are that be another week before I do another live. You're not going to see me. So far, what did I make? Like 50, $60, you know, and anything anybody gives me, I appreciate.
That's
Uh,
just a little gas money to help out. That's all it is.
yeah, basically. Actually, I call it more dog food money or bones or whatever. The truth. Morning drive, stories and rants. Everyone has the right to defend himself and their relatives. What is the point? You seem to accuse Lee of something. Yes. Yeah, DMV. DMV. Listen, I'm going to say what this about DMV right now. DMV's in here arguing a point, but they're being respectful. See,
Right.
a lot when they come in and argue like this is the way you're supposed to argue it. So I have no problem putting up what DMV is saying because DMV has a good point. But at the same time, I have the right to do the show I want to about a public figure. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going after your actual dad. The biggest mistake that I made was I did a show one time on the death of Angel Gotti's little brother.
Mm.
I should have done it better, and I did not. And I apologize for that. I don't know how many times I can apologize, but yet she continues to bring it up. I apologize to you. You said you accepted my apologies, but it's evident you did not. Now, and that's the thing. When you do live shows, you say things wrong. And when I was doing that live show that day, I I kind of said it was the boy's fault. It wasn't the boy's fault. It was a horrible, it's what 12-year-old kids do. When we're 12-year-olds, we make bad mistakes and stuff happens. And I should have been dead a few times from some of the stuff I did when I was 12 years old.
Exactly.
He was a good kid. It was a family tragedy. That's it. And I apologize for it. I can't apologize no more for it. But if Angel wants to use that as a way to attack me, she can continue to do it. I can't stop her. Little Joe, a little boring. If you call this show boring, you're in the wrong place, Little Joe.
And this episode will be attacked. I'm sure we'll be attacked today somehow. So
Well, yeah, but listen, it has to be attacked because people need stuff to do shows about. They're not capable.
People need content.
Yes, they need content. So I'm giving them content.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and they'll call me a toothless, fat old man that robbed his girlfriend, took her credit card. What else did I do? I've done so many things.
On the run, fugitive.
I'm on the run. I got warrants for my arrest.
Yeah.
But the cops are so dumb they can't figure out where I am.
Exactly.
And it's okay. Let's see. There's the link. Whoever wants to jump in.
Oh yeah,
okay.
Let's see this.
Okay. I'm having a great time, and I've been on almost 2 hours.
Yeah, this is pretty cool.
Well, I haven't done it. I haven't done this in quite a while. So when you miss it, it's fun. Chicago Muscle. DMV morning stories and rants. The world is full of people who don't understand loyalty. If you respect that, you're a gaudy simp. And Chicago Muscle, I respect you because you say what you want. I see that you're in FBS's room, but you don't kiss ass. And I respect that about you. Jesse, how you doing, my man? How's everything going down where you are? Jesse's a good guy, man. Salute. Sunny Money, I dropped that. If that's really you, Sunny Money, you can come in. Okay.
Oh, wow. Put him on. Put him on the phone.
No, he can't. I'm done with him.
I don't think that's him, though. That's a nice suit. Yeah. Oh, wait, that was the one that was given to him on Cash App.
Yeah,
you said Gene was your friend. Get out of here.
Tommy Sig's huge fan. Jump on. Lee dropped the link above. Give them the current situation. The link is there, my man. Good channel. Here you deliver good content. And you've been doing a good job, Tommy. I've been watching you. I just don't say nothing when I'm on your show. But
yeah, he's with the business. He's pretty cool.
Yep. He's in good shape for an old guy. Damn, I'm kind of jealous, Tommy. I mean, you got them fucking pumping arms and shit. I'm just like, and I saw the old fucks all worn out looking and stuff. I'm saying that's her dad. You, how many times you gonna say it, DMB? Thank you. I appreciate the second part. But like I said, I respect what you have to say, DMB. Totally respect what you have to say because you're doing it with class. You know, if you did that, if you went over to this other person's channel and said, "Oh, I go and watch Lee's show and I like his show," right away he would knock you out of. He would take you off his show. Not that's not going to happen here. Chicago Muscle, I agree with you 100% on that. Yes, I agree with you. I seen the very nice side of Angel. If anybody thinks that I want to argue with Angel and stuff, they're wrong. I do not. But if, you know, once you go out and say you're going to interview the McMahons, I mean, come on. You're not insulting me. You're insulting my brother and the children that company did horrible things to. That's who you're insulting. You're not insulting me. You know, the greatest thing for me is for Linda McMahon to do an interview attacking me. That, you know what that would do for me?
Ratings go through the roof.
But you know, but Linda McMahon's a smart woman. She's a billionaire.
Oh yeah.
The last time they attacked me, she sent out her billionaire lawyer to do it.
Wow.
And what the billionaire lawyer did was send a bunch of, and this was like a year ago. Jerry McDivitt sent a bunch of stuff out to people pertaining to me, trying to tell them to stop talking to me, but nobody listened to them because they understand what this corporation is all about. But Vince is old now. He's losing his mind, from what I understand. You don't see him too much because he's in his mid-70s and your mind starts going. Linda McMahon, smart woman, but she knew what was happening in her corporation. And she did horrible stuff in negotiations to my brother. Horrible. But, you know, if you ever brought that woman on, that opens the door to everything.
And she's talking about something that she doesn't know about, too. That'd be wrong for her to do an interview. She wouldn't probably even do no research about that.
Oh, she'd be humiliating her family, too, that because you know, at that point, there's some huge stuff coming out this summer on this. Believe me, you want to stay away from that. Because
it's coming out like live TV type stuff, big channels, stuff like that. No,
bigger.
Wow.
Yeah, it's and Simon Schuster stuff.
Oh wow.
And so it's not something that you want to play with.
Mm-hmm.
Well, MTR also dares anyone who thinks people can buy subs, have no clue YouTube works. He's also FBS's. I'm not going to get into MTR because I just don't want to get into him. I heard Cousin Dom was the mop boy at the Showboat. Hey, listen, I remember the Showboat. The Showboat was on the corner. This is the sad part. The Showboat was on the corner of 42nd Street and 9th Avenue. The Showboat was a place you would go and watch women dance with the booths and stuff, but it was there for years. And I worked in that area for 2 years, right up the street from there, right in the middle of Times Square. So I was not that I ever went to the Showboat. You know, I was a young 18-year-old kid. It's not like I had raging hormones when I went to the Showboat. Okay, the IRS is watching you. Yes, they are, James. And let me tell you something. The people that are in office now are doubling the size of the IRS. Doubling the, think about that. The people that say they're for the poor are double the size of the IRS, and not to go after the rich people. They're coming after, they're going to go, the IRS loves that people are on Google making money, because there's going to be so many people on Google making money that aren't paying taxes, and the IRS is going to come collecting. You got people like Tony. You know, next thing Tony knows, he's sitting in jail for 5 years, and then he'll get out in 5 years and tell you that it was because he murdered somebody.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, well, digital scammers. I miss the old days when punks got slapped silly. Yeah, you know, it reminds me of the part in The Sopranos where Tony is getting ready to go to war with the rappers, and Paulie's there putting his vest on and stuff, and then all of a sudden the head rapper calls up, and he goes, and Tony's getting ready for them to, you know, him saying, "I'm coming at you, war." He goes, "You'll be hearing from my lawyer," and he hangs up. And then, Paulie Walnuts goes, "It's always about the fucking lawyers now. We can't even have a." Oh my God. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a star about ready to enter the show.
Really?
This is the one, the only, Sonny Money.
Oh, wow.
Sonny,
What's
what
up,
are you
Lee?
doing,
How
my
you doing,
man?
buddy?
How you doing?
Yeah, I just wanted to apologize, bro. I got a little confused with your page, seeing all these different fake pages popping up. I can't really tell if they're fake or not fake. I try to block them and go over to their page. I just didn't want to disrespect your show, bro. Quick message. Great show, bro. Big supporter. I know you're not buying no subs. I know that for a fact. All these people are bullshit artists. And yeah, just wishing you a good day, pal. And
how
I
are
see
you? How are
what's
you
up,
doing,
buddy?
man? What are you? How are
Chilling,
you
bro.
doing?
Working out, watching the news, hyped up, you know, keeping positive and living life, you know.
What's your hat say? Raptors?
Toronto,
Toronto Raptors.
representing Canada and the convoy. Yeah.
Okay.
Listen, Lee, I got to get out of here. I'm about to go
No
work
problem.
out. Bro.
And I'm glad you dropped by, Sonny. You take care of yourself.
Stay safe, buddy. Tell the
You,
chat I said
you look good,
goodbye.
man.
I don't know your name on the top, bro, but be well, my boy.
That's Sean.
Take care, Sean.
Okay,
Nice to
take
meet
care.
you.
Yeah, so did you guys see John Wolf show up on Jimmy Calandra's show the other day?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and it was funny because it was fucking hilarious. Because John Wolf comes in calling himself the Hat, something like that. And then Jimmy's going to him, "Are you the John Wolf? Are you the?" Because John Wolf lost his channel, and they took YouTube shut him down, and that's because he was talking about you know what. So you don't do that. You don't even mention it. You notice I just went like that. I don't mention it. They'll shut you down for that. So John Wolf came in, and it was funny though because as soon as Jimmy has a smile on, he's talking to himself and stuff. This is classic. As soon as John Wolf says goodbye and well, first Jimmy says, "Are you the John Wolf?" And John Wolf smiles with those teeth and goes, "That's me. I'm John Wolf. Yes." And he's all happy and stuff. And then when he leaves, as he's clicking off, Jimmy goes, "Fucking maniac." Because John Wolf has been brutal to Jimmy. I don't know if you've seen some of his videos, but he was pretty brutal to Jimmy. Matter of fact, I was very surprised Jimmy let him on. But everybody, John Wolf is still alive.
He's a funny guy.
How much do you think FBS made snow blowing this weekend since he lives like a troll? I'll tell you, man, you guys are fucking funny, man. Okay. This is good therapy for me today, I think. FBS does not even shout out the Sims channel anymore. Now, you know, I'm going to tell you, this is one thing, man. If you have a show, you should never be associated with another channel. You should go out there and do your own shit, build your own channel, and not rely on somebody to build you. You know, and that's one thing I know. Nobody built my channel.
Hey, you built it yourself.
Yes. You know, and I'll give you an example. Jimmy Calandra came on my channel in the beginning, and I got quite a few people from him. And then when he turned on me, because of Sammy at that time, I lost all his people. My numbers went way down. And same thing happened with FBS. Anything I got from him, I lost. But FBS and I started together. I didn't really get anything from him.
Right.
So at that point, once he left, that was that. And anybody that's here now is because I worked on getting the people here.
Yeah, the content you've been putting out.
And I'm just doing this show today because it's fun.
Yeah.
And,
this is pretty cool. This is it's a real treat.
Yeah. And I appreciate you being my co-host today.
Hey, Lee, without a doubt, this is fun.
Oh, I hear cheesesteak is on the way to New York, Pennsylvania to consummate the merit. Okay. Listen, why did you mention cheesesteak? I can go for a Philly cheesesteak right now.
I can go for Taco Bell. Living up at the mountain, there's no fast food. It's just little restaurants here and there. So when I go to town, we'll go to fast food.
Our shelves are really Tommy, of course they are. You are in a very bad state. You are in New Jersey. These states are so misrun. It's horrible to live in these states.
Yeah.
See, what you see, I'll give you an example. New Jersey, New York, and California is not the reality of the world. I live in Texas. We barely ever wore a mask here in 2 years.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, sometimes you got to wear them and go into the hospitals and stuff, which is understandable. What happens here in Texas is nothing like what's happening on the East and West Coast. I mean, it's your state government, and it's unfortunate, but it's the state government. And you know all about that, Sean, because you live in a place where you are is a lot different than where, say, LA.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no. This is kind of like one of the last little strongholds, honestly.
Yeah. And
I don't think it's going to stay like that. They want to build apartments up here. They want to build I hope it don't happen, but they want
Well, you know what I see here? They're taking farms. The farmers are selling their land for 3-4 times more than it's worth.
Yep. Yeah.
To companies like, I'll give you an example. There's a ranch here called the 666. A matter of fact.
Oh yeah, that was on the Yellowstone show.
Yeah, it's 1 mile up the street from me.
Really?
Yeah, I already talked to them. I'm going on there and I'm going to be filming it.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I already talked to the people up there. I got permission. So I'm going to do like a half-hour film on. It's a great place.
The drive past. 666.
Yeah, it's 4 6s.
4 6s.
Yeah, the guy won it in a card game back in the late 1800s with 4 6s.
Oh wow, we didn't know that.
Yeah, that's how. And so the guy that has Yellowstone, the producer that's producing Yellowstone, is very wealthy, and he just bought 1/3 of the ranch. And the Chinese came in and tried to buy the ranch up from them. And they told the Chinese, go to hell, we're not selling you our ranch. And so they split the ranch into 3 parts. It's one of the largest ranches in the world.
Wow.
Yeah, in the world, literally. And so they sold this guy that bought the ranch from the show Yellowstone.
Sheridan something.
Yeah, well, you got to see his house he just built. Oh my God.
Oh wow.
On the edge of the ranch. I mean, it's beautiful. I drive by it the other day. I took and when they started it, you ever see the house on the show where Kevin Costner's in that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. It's
wow.
It's fucking huge. And so what I did is I called them up and I said, look, I'd like to film the ranch. And they told me we don't let people do that.
Really?
Then I said, I have a podcast. And they go, okay, let me check out your podcast. Then they called you back and said, okay, you can come up and film it.
Wow.
Just because I had a podcast, they said, okay. So they're going to I'm going to meet somebody there that's going to go around with me. But I don't know if you've seen, Jimmy on Yellowstone.
Yeah, he got the girlfriend down there. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to the actual 6s, like where they shot with Jimmy out on the bench and stuff. And
wow.
Yeah. So I'm actually going to that. That's exactly what it looks like. That's where actually when Jimmy was filming there, that actor, the police had it cut off where and you couldn't even get in on the ranch. They had guards
Really?
on both gates because there was a bunch of actors there.
Right.
Yeah, and they're shooting new, and the woman's there now. The woman the tough chick.
Yeah.
So something's happening with the new show is going to have something happening where she goes to the sixes. I think that next year is probably going to be the last year of the Yellowstone.
You think so?
And I think, yeah, because Kevin Costner, he's a big actor, I don't think they can afford him. And so if Yellowstone ends, they're going to do something with the sixes.
Right.
And I think being that Rip is so popular.
Oh, yeah.
She's so popular, I could see something like that happen. But they've already started a new season of the sixes.
So they're filming. You see them filming now.
They just stopped.
They just stopped.
Yep, they just filmed a new season of the sixes with
Oh,
that
the
ranch.
Sixes.
Yeah,
Okay.
so that's gonna be a new show with Jimmy in it and the ranch.
Okay.
The girl, yeah. And I'm very surprised that they're doing a show around him. I'm very surprised it became that popular.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought I liked his character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they really had him expand this year when they showed him mature.
Yeah.
I love the way they did that.
Now, do they ranch cattle on that property still?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Dude, thousands and thousands of cows everywhere.
So it goes for miles, right, Lee? It goes for miles.
It's a 250,000 acre ranch.
Wow.
Just think about that.
That's a lot.
250,000 acres. It's that big. And so this producer bought part of it. There's still 2 parts. So if you're interested in buying part of it, I would tell you to get your bid in. Okay.
Okay, look, cringe as fucked.
I wonder how
Whoa.
long a name YouTube will let me, Mom. Let me have, Mom. Cringe as fuck. Okay. DMV drive stories rants. I don't hate anyone but Tony. But what's right is right. Anybody that could like Tony, anybody that goes into Tony's chat room and listens to that shit when he was on, shame on you.
Shame
Absolutely.
on you.
I mean, there's nothing else. I mean, his racist rants were off the charts.
Oh my goodness.
Last week. And
No, the homophobic slurs just defaming people.
Oh my gosh.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm.
Texas, I just paid $20,000 dealer markup for a new vehicle because of chip shortage.
Wow.
Hey, Jesse, yeah. There's definitely a chip shortage. But that's what we get. That's what we get as a society for letting the Chinese make our chips.
Yep.
Exactly.
That's on us. We have plenty of people just to save money. And you know what? Instead of the unions getting pissed that they're doing this to our workers in this country, they're kissing China's ass. Go figure that one out. Because these fat cats are getting paid while people starve. Tommy Stiggs, yeah.
What's up, brother?
Cremel's been talking more than usual. Usually he's like, fuck Lee, Okay. Andy Cadam, did you watch Castellano video? He did a 2 more since that other one. He's losing it. He met my friend Philip Spade. I don't know what you're talking about there, but it sounds interesting. Krumel DM. Okay. I'm going to read that. So Sean, what's your plans? You're just going to stay where you are?
We were going to go down to town today earlier and go shopping, but we're just, she's got the blanket over. I'm relaxing, so I don't think we're going anywhere soon.
It's 2:00 already. I'm like, holy shit, I got an interview in 3 hours. So make sure you look for the interview. You're going to like it.
I will. Hey, I'm your #1 fan.
Well, I'm going to put this video up, and then I'm going to do the interview and put that up, and I'll get about 10,000 views today. And
wow.
Then what's his name going to accuse me of buying more subs?
I'm actually looking forward. Me and my girlfriend Tiffany, we're looking forward that ranch. You're going to do the video, the sixes. That's going to be cool.
I'm looking forward to going up there and filming.
Yeah. See
Yeah.
some cowboys.
I went out and bought a new phone. I went out and bought a phone with the best camera in the world.
Really?
And, yeah, and these phones now are amazing.
Oh, they are.
Can you imagine? I'm a lot older than you, and let me tell
Oh,
you
yeah.
something.
Yeah.
If someone told me that you can have something in your pocket, everybody in the world just about, and you can walk around where it's a computer.
Yeah.
The phone is like the most minor part of this nowadays. And the fact that you can walk around and have all this information on you. But here's one thing I like to say, people. If we ever get hit by a solar flare, we're fucked.
I remember pagers.
We're going to.
Huh? Yes, we're going to be hit by a
We're going to.
Yes, she's right. Because solar flares, they hit every 130 years on the average.
Wow.
And the last time a solar flare hit the United States, well, not the United States, the world, it blew out all the how did they used to transmit messages back in the Old West?
Telephone lines.
Yes, it blew them all out.
Yeah.
And they had to rebuild the lines.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that was back 100. And now when it hits, what you're going to have is you're going to have a society go nuts. Can you imagine being these young people, and all of a sudden you can't get to your phone, you can't get to your money in the bank, so the banking shuts down.
Yeah.
Everything shuts down. We're fucked.
That's why we try to keep some cash in our house.
It's going to happen in the next 2 to 3 years.
2 or 3 years, she says.
Well, I'll tell you, if you're not ready for it,
I'm ready.
yeah, especially
she's gonna start her own little garden. We're gonna buy a greenhouse and we're gonna do a little garden this coming up towards the summer. Or before that, maybe February, March, we're gonna start. But it's still cold up here. We're looking towards to get more snow up here. So I mean, it gets cold up here. People don't realize Southern California. I mean, on my channel, I have videos that go story of one's life, and I do videos of the mountain. That's all I'll do. You'll see how high I'm. About 6,500 feet. I'm high.
Adam Cadlam, I'm going to answer this. I missed the AB special where you can see it on Hulu, but if you can't find it on Hulu, I've seen it on YouTube. YouTube now's got the special on it.
Really?
Yeah. So it's probably ABC put it on YouTube, but they do have it. I think, Mike, you saw your psycho video. I don't know what that's about. Did you guys see Mikey do a video attacking me from this car?
Oh, wow.
He was mad because I said he had no talent. He got mad because, if you're screaming, Mikey, and that's all you do, that's kind of one-sided talent, my man. But you do whatever you would do it, you float your boat. Because if we want screaming, we could always what's Sam Kennison? Remember Sam Kennison?
Yep.
My girlfriend remembers her.
Yep.
Yeah. So your girlfriend, I get the feeling she's kind of a hippie.
No, she's older than me. No, she's
I'm hippie.
free spirited.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean by hippie.
Yeah.
I'm not talking any political party or anything.
No. She likes your show because when I watch the videos, she'll laugh with you when you're cracking jokes and yeah.
Well, I'm glad,
Yeah.
I rather know what a woman thinks of my show than a man.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Hey, my opinion in this home does not matter.
Dude, men think they rule the world. Women
No
rule
way.
the world. It's the
No
funniest
way.
thing. I've seen some of the toughest guys in the world. My brother, he was a bodyguard in New York, but his wife weighed 110 pounds.
Wow.
And he went home and she ruled the roost.
Yeah, I bet.
It didn't matter. But it's funny. You see these big bad football players on TV and stuff, and then they got these little tiny wives in the stand.
Yeah.
Okay, Mikey, the guy that Jimmy used to attack people like Sonny Money. Sonny Money handles himself okay. I'm from Bensonhurst, around the streets my whole life, around the guys. You're in this genre. Yes, something. I lived in Bensonhurst, but yet everybody will say that I am from Texas. I grew up in New York. I spent the first 32 years of my life in New York, just so people will get that fact straight. I worked for Skaturos for 10 years and that in your area. So you go on 11th Avenue. And I was in the meat cutters union there. So,
Oh, wow.
so, you know, it's funny. They'll go, oh, he's from Texas. What does he know? I grew up in Brooklyn. That's what I know about New York.
I don't think so yet. I'm getting new insurance, so I'm still waiting on those cards.
Okay. Okay.
Um,
Okay, people, I'm about to wind this down. I got an interview to do shortly.
Hey, thank you, Lee. God bless you, man.
Okay, I'm gonna close. I'll get you out, and then I'll close out my show, my man. Thanks, Sean, for being my
Thank
co-host
you.
today.
All
You
right.
take care. You're welcome anytime.
All right, buddy.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.
People, I've been on for over 2 hours. I'm shocked. I was planning on coming on for 15, 20 minutes and just saying what I had to say. So tonight you'll see me get attacked on these other shows. You know why? Because that's the only thing they got. Tonight I'm going to be doing a big interview. You're going to be very surprised who it is. Kind of funny. There's a hint laying around here. Let's see who can find it. And I wanted to interview this guy because he didn't want me to interview him at one time because of the drama. I have another guy I'm going to interview who's an actor that everybody knows. He's a grown-up actor. He's not a little boy actor. And matter of fact, he was in 2 major shows. And he's close to agreeing to come on my show. I'm very good friends with him. And that's because he has seen the drama go away. This shows a little bit of drama today, not too much. I just said and got off my chest. I didn't like the idea I was threatened with someone saying they're going to interview Linda McMahon. I will tell that in person. If you want her phone number, get a hold of me and let me know. And besides that, thank you, everybody. I appreciate everything. I appreciate you helping me with my growth. And we're going to continue. Bless you all. And God bless America. I'm not afraid to say it. Take care, people.